And just on that, the flood cleanup is underway, as we've been saying, in the Hunter and on the mid-north coast of New South Wales. At least 400 homes and businesses have been deemed uninhabitable. Let's bring in Jeremy Thornton now, a Taree resident and insurance broker whose business was damaged in last week's floods. Really appreciate your time, Jeremy. Firstly, how are you getting on?
Look, personally, it's one day at a time for me because I'm taking on a lot of the burden that the community is feeling, not just from an insurance point of view, but just purely a community point of view. We got pretty hands-on from the get-go, and yeah, that's taking its toll. There's not a lot of sleep going on. Actual work is more reactive instead of proactive, but we're getting boots on the ground from that perspective and starting to slowly see our way forward. But it's a really, really slow trip forward.
I can imagine, and I've heard as well, it's just complete mud, just thick mud everywhere. I mean, surely that must be hampering the efforts to try and clean up.
Yeah, absolutely. The CBD over the last 3 days, we've cleared out a hell of a lot of it. There's still a lot there, but at least there's some movement around the place. And we're now starting to see some restorers get together. Essential Energy are getting really starting to rip in now and get some power going. Just late this afternoon, we got our building had some power, so we're really happy about that. But it goes so far and wide, and you've got the residential areas, which are only maybe 3 or 4 or 5 blocks away. Then you go out to Wingham, you go out towards Harrington. The livestock farming community, the devastation through there. Some have been in mud that is over their knees and it's still there. So, you know, the water's subsided maybe 4 or 5 days ago, but the actual challenge, it hasn't gone away. And when I'm hearing, that kind of hit a nerve, when I'm hearing Anthony Albanese talk about climate change, if he is coming here tomorrow, I hope he wants to have that conversation with those people that are hurting right now. All right, because there is, you know, up to 500 people in our region from Kempsey through to to Taree who are really hurting. They don't want to hear that conversation. They want to hear what their leaders are going to do. We've been really, really forceful on that lately, and I hope he comes in with some solutions for us.
Well, that's it. I just think it's such an inappropriate time to be having that communication. Just on that point then, Jeremy, I mean, what do you need from your leaders? I mean, what does that community need now to try and rebuild?
Yeah, well, in the residential areas in particular, and I've only just emerged from the CBD because that's been my initial focus, and I'd love to be in 7 places at the moment, but I can't. But we've seen a few of those residential areas. There's people, again, they're near the centre of town. Their entire house is on the street right now and they can't move into their house. We need people to get in and help them out. If there's people coming, they need to come here now. We knew this was coming a week ago. How did the community know this was coming here a week ago? And yet here we are a week later and we're still waiting for people to come and help us out. The support that is here now from the SES and the New South Wales State Government support, can't fault it. I really can't. And Mid-Coast Council waste management crews are doing a fantastic job as well. But they should have known pretty early on that this was going to be a huge one, and we really needed that support to be coming into town over the weekend.
Yeah, what a shame then that it hasn't come just yet. But you're right, the Prime Minister is due to visit tomorrow. So I guess to be confirmed, let's see how it all goes. Jeremy Thornton, I hope all goes well for you up there, and all the very best with the cleanup and the efforts moving forward. Thank you very much for joining me on the show this evening. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Danica.